All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into the heavyweight battle of the cloud computing world. We're going to help you cut through the noise and make the right infrastructure choice.
So let's kick things off with the absolute most critical question facing tech leaders right now. Which cloud provider should power your company's future? Because look, the platform you choose isn't just some basic vendor relationship. It's a fundamental architecture choice. It's literally going to define your company's technical trajectory for years to come.
Here's how we're breaking it all down today. We'll look at the monumental cloud decision, then unpack the big three: AWS as the industry standard, Azure as the enterprise champion, and GCP as the data powerhouse, before finally helping you make that final decision.
Starting off with Section 1, the monumental cloud decision, setting the stakes for your infrastructure.
Choosing a cloud provider is easily one of the most consequential tech decisions your company will ever make. It's not just about renting a few offsite servers anymore. We're talking about a monumental commitment that becomes the daily structural foundation for your entire engineering team.
But here's kind of the wild part about the baseline. AWS, Azure, and GCP, they all actually share the same core capabilities. We're talking massive compute power, cloud storage, database management, and a huge range of managed services. So raw technical ability just isn't the main differentiator anymore. They can all do the heavy lifting. The real question is, how do we actually tell them apart?
Well, let's look at Section 2, AWS, the industry standard, which is really the safe default for startups.
So AWS's dominance really comes down to maturity and scale. They're the largest and most mature cloud provider out there, meaning they offer the absolute broadest range of services and the largest global infrastructure footprint. For scaling startup, that maturity is a massive deal. It translates into a deep ecosystem of third-party tools, exhaustive documentation, and, maybe most importantly, the largest hiring pool of experienced engineers anywhere.
As the source material puts it perfectly, AWS tends to be the safest default choice for startups and companies without a strong existing relationship with Microsoft or Google. Basically, if you're a general-purpose tech company starting with a totally blank slate, AWS is, hands down, the path of least resistance.
But, what if you aren't starting with a blank slate? We've established AWS is the safe, startup-friendly default with this massive ecosystem. But what if your company is already running heavily on something like Windows Server or Office 365? Well, that completely flips the script.
Which brings us to Section 3, Azure, the enterprise champion, and the massive Microsoft ecosystem advantage. Azure's superpower lies right there in its corporate DNA. We're talking seamless Windows Server integration, Active Directory synchronization, and incredible Office 365 synergy. If your company already relies heavily on Microsoft, Azure doesn't just play nice, it's a remarkably strong platform for hybrid cloud setups, meaning you can connect your existing on-premises servers to the cloud without having to rip and replace the whole shebang.
Simply put, if you're already deeply embedded in Microsoft, Azure offers vastly smoother integration and some very distinct licensing advantages. It basically acts as the ultimate bridge for enterprises that want to modernize but want to skip the massive growing pains.
Okay, so we've got the default giant with AWS and the enterprise insider with Azure. But let's contrast Azure against our next massive contender, GCP. What if your top priority isn't legacy enterprise software at all? What if you're laser-focused on wrangling massive amounts of data and utilizing bleeding-edge container technology? Let's jump into Section 4, GCP, the data powerhouse, and Google's native strengths.
With GCP, you're essentially bringing Google's legendary internal search and data expertise straight into your own workflows. They have this unique technical superpower when it comes to data analytics and advanced machine learning capabilities. Plus, tools like BigQuery for powerful data warehousing are just fantastic. And if you run container-native workloads, GCP offers incredibly strong native support for Kubernetes. Which makes total sense, right? Google literally created Kubernetes to run their own infrastructure.
Now, here's the reality check. GCP does currently have the smallest market share and the smallest talent pool of the big three, but they are growing significantly. The trade-off is basically this. You get world-class data tools right out of the box, but finding engineers with deep, dedicated GCP experience, that might take a little more digging.
All right, bringing it all together in Section 5, the final decision, synthesizing the big three.
Before we try to match you up with a provider, we really have to acknowledge the complexity in the cloud market today. All three of these platforms are broadly competitive when it comes to baseline pricing.
But each one has completely unique discount structures, committed use deals, and free tiers that you absolutely have to investigate. Also, a quick word of warning on multi-cloud strategies where you use multiple providers. It's definitely rising in popularity among large firms, but it adds some very real, intense complexity when it comes to your team's skills, your tooling, and your cost management. It's definitely not a silver bullet.
So let's look at a sort of cloud matchmaker matrix to simplify this. Just match your company archetype to the recommended provider. Are you a general-purpose startup? Go with AWS for its maturity and ecosystem breadth. Are you a Microsoft-heavy enterprise? Azure is your best bet for the smoothest integration and a hybrid setup. Deeply focused on data, analytics, or Kubernetes? GCP is your undisputed winner there.
Ultimately, the choice relies heavily on your team's skills, your existing enterprise ties, and your specific priorities, not just the tech specs. Since all three platforms can handle standard workloads perfectly well, your final choice really shouldn't be made on raw computing power alone.
So, here's your action plan. Step 1, identify your top 2 candidates based on those company archetypes we just walked through. Step 2, run a highly focused proof of concept, or POC, on your actual workload. Do not just rely on general reputation here. Take your specific code, your actual data, and test it across those top 2 choices before you lock in that massive commitment. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, crucial question to ponder as you look at your own infrastructure. What are your specific workload priorities? Seriously, what is the actual job you need your cloud to do today and tomorrow? Answer that truthfully, and your ideal cloud provider is going to reveal itself. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. Keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.